people know that would be the worst possible.
What's wrong with it, though?
I am not going to dress up as a non-nurse.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Don't judge me.
You could dress up as anything.
I'm insecure about my body, okay?
It's Halloween, dude.
I am insecure. That's the problem.
Dress up as anything you want.
Alright. Alright, so 3.
You should maybe like explain to the people why you do that.
Well, that doesn't come out.
Oh. That's just for
syncing purposes.
Okay.
Yeah. Because then it'd be kind of weird to start the video with a "What's up, guys?"
Why not? I mean, I think Ola does it.
Does he?
I think so. That's why he always claps.
Oh, I don't know. I'll see when I'm editing this thing.
Okay.
Or maybe add it or something.
Welcome, everybody.
Bienvenidos. A su estación.
Was that a phone ringing?
Probably.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it is.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
They'll get it eventually.
Okay.
So it's your boy. Because it's 2 of us.
Hi. I'm pretty sure you might already know who we are. I think. And if you're new to the channel or you're new to the page and the podcast, this is Ricky. I'm Chago. And this is Tequila in a Jarro.
Yes. So you are in the Jarro right now.
Yes, you are. You're about to...
Even though it's a barrel. But, you know, just don't think about it. If you don't think about it, everything makes sense. That's the beauty of it. So we have a couple of cool things going on right now. So first of all, we are already live on the website.
Okay.
So,
yes.
You know, follow us on Facebook at Tequila in the Jarro, Instagram at Tequila in the Jarro, and Twitter at In Tequila. I think there's like an underscore somewhere. I'll add it here. Like
I don't have Twitter, so I don't even know how that stuff works.
I have it. I don't understand it. It's just there.
Okay.
I don't know. I just kind of copy and paste things to it.
Cool.
But yeah, as you guys can tell, I mean, the guys watching the video, not the audio, we are matching today. We have very beautiful Roka shirts, which is a Republic of Korea Army. I think they could have come up with a better name for that.
I didn't know that that's what it meant.
It's in the back.
I know it says that, but I didn't know that's what it fucking...
Yeah, no,
so these were given to us by our buddy Duck. You know, he... got
him just while he was stationed in
Korea.
South Korea.
Yeah, and he's in the army and all that good stuff. He's over there fighting for our freedom.
A true American hero.
Yeah, he's a combat medic, and you know he's doing medic stuff.
Yeah. It's like giving people shots, and
this was like his gift when he came down to us. He got us like these shirts.
Yeah, so it was his last December.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Around?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is technically a Christmas gift from last year.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting new ones for this year. Or like a different color. Maybe like a dark blue. I like dark blue. Or gray or red. And anything like that, I'll take from him.
It was a gift, and I'm just going to wear it because, you know, he gave it.
It's probably one of the most worn shirts, as you can tell. Oh, is it? It's already? No, it's not. I thought it was like falling off already. Like, I use the shirt a lot.
I think I've worn the shirt like twice.
I know. I use it like once a week or every other week.
No.
It's one of my go-to shirts here at the house.
Because it fits him. It's fitted, so...
It's because...
makes him look my mouth.
Yes, I didn't know this, but Korea doesn't use the letter system for their shirt sizes. They use numbers.
Okay.
I didn't know. Yeah, you didn't see his bag? Like the bag.
Yeah, I know at the package that it came in was like all fucking weird.
Yeah, like they have numbers. They don't have actual shirt sizes. At least that's what I remember. So this is about as big as they get in Korea. So I am.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I'm a big man. I'm a big boy. Yeah. In Korea. So we have. Oh shit, sounds weird. We have a couple of things to talk about today, especially right now because since November is right around the corner, that means the elections are right around the corner, which means we're getting bugged by phone calls a lot, especially you more than me, which is weird. I thought we would get bugged the same.
So I've gotten one phone call. I've been getting a lot of text messages.
I haven't gotten any text messages at all.
I've been getting a bunch of text messages, and I just got a phone call, like the day before yesterday or something like that. And I was at work, and just, hey, this is, and I mean, they sound real polite, but it's just kind of like, what? Like, we just wanted to know, like, are you voting, this party and stuff like that? Like, whoa, dude, like,
First of all, it's none of your business.
First of all, it's none of your business, man. And do me a favor, remove me from any of your, call lists, please. Like, I'm not into this. Like, I just kind of hung up, but I
politely hung up.
Yeah, like I've been getting text messages anyways from the same, same group of people, and wondering if I'm gonna support a certain, one
Candidate.
or the other. Yeah, and it's just kind of like, what is this? Like, when did this become a thing? Like, I don't remember this happening.
I think it's a recent thing, because I don't remember that being a thing either. Like them harassing you over the phone and stuff like that. I don't remember that being around.
Yeah,
like
2016 or
no, I think like during the Obama, which is like 2008. I don't think that was as big because I think technology wasn't as big back then as it is now. Like everything is in your phone now.
Yeah,
quite literally. And I think back then, phones were a big thing, but they weren't as big as they are now.
Yeah,
like they literally are your personal assistant at this point.
Yeah. When teachers would tell you, you're not going to have a calculator in your pocket.
No, yeah. Not only do I have a calculator, I have a calculator and a camera and the internet all at the same time. So if I don't know it, Google knows it. Boom.
Yeah. Or I just download an app to figure it out for me,
That too.
Something, But yeah, so, I've been getting just all, like, text messages, and this is, hey, this is so-and-so, blah, 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 wondering if, I'll fucking read you one of them, as a matter of fact.
God damn.
But yeah, like it sucks, man, and it's like, what, like, where did these people get my information from?
Are you? I was about to ask. It's like, are you registered with them or something like that? Like, have you ever done that?
I don't think so. I mean, I voted, but like, I don't think I've.
Well, I mean, that's public knowledge.
But to just get you, like, hey, look, let's just,
Some people are shady like that.
Hi, Santiago. I'm a volunteer helping you access your voting options, which applies to you. 1. Will vote early in person. 2. Will vote on election day. 3. Need to request a ballot. 4. Already requested a mail ballot. 5. Register to vote. Reply stop to unsubscribe. Of course, I hit unsubscribe. So that's one of them. Where's the other one? Vote America PSA. By voting by mail from your home, you've already done your part. Check if you're eligible and learn how to request your Texas email in ballot in 2 minutes. And, I've gotten like 2 messages from these people. Like, hold on, let me find you one of them.
I want to check my phone out because I never.
Hi, I'm Kelly. Let's count Texas. The census deadline is. Oh, this is a census. But yeah, like.
The census came over to my house a couple of days ago.
I'm surprised they haven't. Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't gone over to my house. But yeah, like little things like this. Where they just come out of nowhere and they start, asking you. Things like that, it's like, what the fuck? Like, where is this? But the phone call, like, what the hell? I've deleted the other ones, like, and they'll give me their names, like, hey, this is
so and so.
Yeah, this is so and so. Wondering if you're gonna vote this party or that party. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like,
that happened to my sister recently too. I forgot what she said she was doing.
I find it. I know I'm cutting you off, but it really just annoys me, and I it's everywhere.
Yeah,
like this morning I got out of work and I opened up Snapchat and I see Snapchat and Team Snapchat sent me a snap or something like that, and all of a sudden it says vote.
Yes.
And then for like the past maybe a month now or maybe a little bit longer, I see like
Instagram has it as a banner.
Yeah, on top. Facebook also, and it's like, whoa.
Are you registered to vote?
Like, not that that's a bad thing, but like now it's like.
Yeah, no, they're really pushing it.
Yeah, like they're really pushing it.
They really want those votes out. Which again, it's a good thing. It's what we're founded upon.
Of course, yeah.
But no, it's annoying because the same thing happened to my sister. I forgot what she was calling for, but they told her, she's like, "Oh, are you gonna vote this party again?" Because I think she called to see, like, to check to see if she was like still registered to vote or something like that, or she was gonna change like her address so that she could vote at her new place. And they're like, "Yeah, you're gonna vote this party again?" And she was like, "What? How do you know that?
Yeah,
like,
what is this?
Like, this is supposed to be confidential. Like, how do you know that I voted like that?" And I'm assuming the reason why they have that info is because Texas is what they call a single ballot vote state, which means you can only vote for one party.
Okay.
So if you're gonna vote, let's say Democrat, everybody you're gonna vote for has to be the Democrat. Like you can't have like a Democratic president and then like a vice president's Republican.
Okay. All right. That makes some. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, which I mean, it kind of makes sense, but at the same time, it's annoying because sometimes you don't like the idea of certain like senators or whatever, and you can't really do anything about it. It's like one or the other. I know they're talking about getting rid of that, but as far as I'm aware, it's still gonna stick as just a one ballot kind of thing. So you either go blue or go red. But I mean, now that we're talking about that, I had that happen to me a lot, but I'm getting harassed by car people saying that my warranty on my vehicle is gonna expire. Those are the calls that I get.
I've been getting
constantly, dude. Like at least 2 or 3 times a week, I'll get a call from like a different state say, "Hey, your vehicle warranty is about to expire. Do you want to, extend it or whatever?" And I'm like, God damn it.
So the other day I got one from Louisville, Kentucky with that same, and another one from Santa Ana, California. All of them. Some of them. There's one here for Jupiter, Florida. I think it.
I got one that gave me like a hair salon name, and it's from like another state. I forgot what state it was at, because it's not showing me. Oh, and I also get these a lot. It'll show me as an international caller, and it's like, what? But the good thing about smartphones nowadays is that it gives you the
scam likely. Yeah.
This is the potential fraud. So a lot of these just show potential fraud on them now, which is good.
I got one on Sunday from Granbury, Texas. I got one yesterday, another one from Jupiter, Florida, and
yeah, mine are also like always from out of state. Like it's either a number that looks like it's from town, or somewhere like completely different.
Yeah, I've gotten some of those too that are like just my area code, and it's like, okay, like maybe I just didn't save this person's number or something like that, and I'll call or I'll answer, or sometimes I'll miss the call, and then I call back, and then
the number doesn't work because that happens to me.
The number works, and then they'll answer, and I'm like, hello, I had a missed call from this number. Like, I didn't call this number.
Oh,
like, no, I'm telling you, like, okay, I believe you, but I have a missed call from this number. Like, I didn't call you. Like, the fuck's the attitude for, dude? Like, I'm just okay, like I get it, but
no, mine usually other. I
right,
call
dick,
back.
Like
like there's no to be an asshole about it.
Like, I don't know, man. I don't know how scammers work. It's been annoying, and it's the same thing. Like with you, like I've gotten the vehicle warranty stuff
constantly, dude. It's fucking annoying. I had it. Not only do I get it phone calls, I'm also constantly getting mail, and I threw the last card again. I was gonna save it just in case I needed it again.
Yeah, I don't think I've gotten mail.
The last one that I got, which was like 2 weeks ago, was a little pink slip.
Okay.
With my car's information on it.
Oh, straight up.
Yeah, like it had the year,
goddamn,
the brand, and the bottle, and then it had my name, and I was like, shit, this looks like a legit thing. So I called the number. Because the weird thing to me was that it didn't have a like a brand or a company. It didn't say like, hey, this is from your dealership, or this is from like the manufacturer or anything like that. It just said, this is your car information. You need to look into your extended warranty. And I was like, holy shit. So I called, and the first thing that came to my head was like, this thing doesn't have a brand or a company. I need to look up, see what's up with it. So I called the number. And they asked me for like this code that was on the little card. So I give him the code, and the guy is like, okay, cool. He pulls up my information somehow, and he starts like giving me all my info. Like he gives me my address, who signed for the car, when did I get the car, all the specs on my car. And I was like, okay, so I mean, if he knows that information, it's gotta be legit, right?
Yeah, right.
So they transferred me over to like I guess like their billing department or whatever, and I'm talking to this lady, and she's like, "Oh, you can once your warranty ends, we can give you an extended warranty up to like I think it's like 100,000 miles or something. You have to pay like 180. It's a one-time payment of $180. And I was like, okay, well that's not bad. So she starts asking me for like my information, and so while we're doing the exchange of information, I ask her for the company's name, and I'm gonna say the company's name because I don't like you for what you tried to do to me. It was something like, God, I don't remember it. It was like Endure.
Okay.
Like it was something like that. I want to say it was like Endure, and so I look up the company and I can't really find anything on them. Like I can't find a website or anything. Just like 2 reviews from the BBB, the Better Business Bureau.
Yeah.
So I click on that, but I hadn't read it yet. And when I'm talking to the lady, you know, she asked me for like my payment info, so I gave her my card number. And then she's like, okay, well, I'm going to go over, you know, the details with you now that we have everything ready. And she's like, oh, yeah, well, it's going to be the one-time payment for $180. And then it's going to be $150 per month. And I was like, wait. You didn't tell me about...
Yeah, a reoccurring payment.
Yeah, a reoccurring payment. You just told me $180. She's like, yeah, no, but then it's $150 for like 2 years or 3 years. So the total came out to like $3,000 after like everything was like said and done. And I was like...
So, hold on. What did the warranty cover?
She said, and this is like her fucking words, are like, our guys go to training specifically for your car, which is like the brand of my car, and they will cover your engine, your transmission, and any of the electronics that mess up on your vehicle.
Okay.
Which are usually the expensive fixes, you know, like your engine, transmission goes out, I mean, you're almost down $1,000, like at least. And I was like, okay, you know, sounds legit. Me being me, I was like, okay, cool. So when she's telling me this, I'm like, hey, you know what? I need to think it over because you know that's a lot of money. And she's like, well, you know, you have a new car. You know, you sound like someone that really cares about their vehicle and this and that. And I was like, yes.
She went into damage control mode. Yes. Like, I gotta get this guy. I almost got him
real quick. And I was like, well, you see, the thing is that you know I live real close to Mexico. A lot of the time, it's a lot just cheaper for me to go over there and get it fixed. Okay. I was like, I just changed the transmission or fixed the transmission, not the transmission, the engine on one of my vehicles, and I paid like $300 for everything. Where here, like $500 was just to take the engine out, not to actually, you know, get work done on it. And she's like, oh, well, like, you know, it kind of sounds like you just want like a better price. Let me see if I can get you like a discount and this and that.
Wow.
So I was like, damn, this lady's like not letting go. So while she's like telling me all this stuff, I'm like looking up the only reviews that I could find on them. And the reviews were like, no, this was like a waste of money. I called and then no one ever repaired me. And then when I had to pay for everything out of pocket, it was a waste of like $3,000 or $4,000 if they pay for it. And then like the other review was like the exact same thing. It was like, no, this guy's never get back to you. It's just a waste of money and this and that. So I just kept on telling the lady, it's like, you know what, never mind, I need to think it over until finally, like, I was like, I'm just gonna hang up now because you're not budging. So I was like, I'm just gonna hang up. So I hung up, and the very first thing that I did was call my car dealership, and I was like, hey, it's because I just got a call about these people saying that they work through you guys, you know, that they're certified by the company, and you know it's like an extended warranty and this and that. And the lady there, she's like, no, we don't have that. What we have is like here in the dealership. And I was like, oh, well, it's because she was telling me this about my warranty. And she's like, well, first of all, that's a ripoff because the warranty you have actually covers more than that and for a longer period of time. And I was like, oh. And she's like, and you already paid for that when you got the vehicle. And I was like, oh, damn. Okay. So then I started to panic because I gave that lady my card information. So I was like freaking out. So I'm not sure if you have Capital One.
I don't.
But Capital One has on their app, it gives you like a lock feature.
Okay.
To where you can lock your card, so then no transactions go through in case you misplace it or whatever. So I rush to my phone and I do that, and I start going through like my history on it just to make sure that
nobody drew any money or like transferred or whatever.
Yeah, just to make sure there's like no pending charges or anything like that. Because the first thing in my head is, these guys have my info. There's nothing stopping them from like and charging me, however much they want to charge me. So I do that. I fucking call Capital One to, I tell the guy what happened. I'm like, hey, you know what? I don't feel comfortable because, my information got compromised. Just give me a replacement.
Yeah.
And thank God, the guy goes over the charges. Like, hey, just in case, I'm going to go over the last 5 charges or 4 charges with you. And, there was nothing pending, so nothing went through. But I was like, what the fuck? So I had asked the lady at the dealership, like, hey, like, how did they get my info?
Yeah. So
apparently, when you register your car for the plates, your information goes to like a public database of the state So everybody that buys a car or gets their plates renewed automatically gets sent out to that, like, is that database or that website from the state. And those dudes, like, their job is just to go there, see who got a vehicle, and just take that information. And that's and apparently all the information they gave me was like public info, which was like name, address, pretty much everything. Like everything.
It's like a
was
more detailed phone book, or something like
much.
that. Like
I was like that can't be legal, but
it is.
Apparently it is. I was like,
that's
what the
weird,
hell?
man. That's crazy. I've had I mean, the first extended warranty call that I got was like back in like 2015 or something like that, and I remember thinking like, it was, your vehicle's extended warranty is about to expire. And I'm like, oh, well, yeah, it has been about 2 years, because I think my warranty on my car at the time when I bought it in 2013, was already going to expire. So I was like, okay.
Might as well.
Yeah, well, no, I didn't. It just got me thinking like, oh, well, I guess, well, that's nice of Chevy, like. And then I don't know. I don't remember bothering listening to the rest of the options. I know I hung up because I was at work, and then I got a couple other phone calls about it, and like, oh yeah, dude, they're just they're scammers. Don't even listen to that. But I never knew what they covered. So like you telling me like that's a I didn't know that they actually went that far and gave you that information. Like, yeah, our guys are certified. Mechanics in your vehicle, or whatever.
Painted it really pretty, dude. Yeah. She's like, these guys go to training specifically for your company cars, or like for mine were like the Kias. Like, these guys go just to training to work on Kia cars, so they know those things back and forth. And I was like, damn, I want to take my car there.
Yeah, that's actually man. I mean, but like that's pretty crazy, man. That's I've gotten phone calls about like a JG Wentworth, we can get you a lump sum on this and that on your annuity, and it's like, what the, like, how do these, what is this all about, man?
I don't even know what annuity is.
There's this one dude that's been not anymore. He, I had to actually file a cease and desist letter.
Oh shit.
Yeah, because that dude had been harassing me for like about 5 years. 5 years, yeah, for dude, 5 years.
What the fuck did you do to him?
I could probably go back into my old cell phones and find his very first text message to me, and like,
dude, that's fucked up.
Yeah, I'm not kidding.
That's
like this guy had been reaching out to me like every year, every 6 months or so, like, or like when the holidays were coming around, like, hey, Santiago, and they'll call and they'll talk to you like they know you, like they'll like, hey, Santiago. Friendly? What's up, man? How was your weekend? Oh, yeah, it was. That sounds pretty crazy. Like, who's this again? Like, oh, this is so and so with
This is Robert
this is Robert from 123 Lump Sum or something like that. And like, what is this? Like, how did you get my information? Like, oh well, your file's been sitting here for a while, and we were just wondering if we can get you, the year's been tough on everybody. I just got one of those today, and there was one that I specifically asked to remove me from his contacts. Yeah. Like every single one of these, ever since I got some information from my insurance, that they told me, like, because there's I got a text message from him too.
Okay,
gentleman's pretty cool. I'll read it to you. I think it's a fraud prevention or something like that. And this is really crazy that we bring this up, but. Right. Good afternoon. This is so-and-so from Client Protection. Just a friendly reminder, text if you're being harassed or solicited in regards to your settlement, and we can draft up some complimentary cease and desist letters from the Client Protection Division, like straight up.
Damn.
You know what I mean? So these guys, he was the one who helped me out a whole bunch, and, they send out these letters, and if they continue,
Yeah.
But I've had, several of these guys, so I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't do that. I can't. I can't remove you from the list, and these guys are the ones telling me like, no, man, that's not true. If you tell them to stop, they have to stop. You know what I mean? But so before I found that out, I remember I used to ask, like, dude, just do me a favor then. Just put a Post-it note on the front of that file that says "Do not call."
Yeah.
like, please. Like, I'm not
trying to like really push.
Yeah, like I'm not into this. I'm not into what you're trying to sell, you know what I mean, or do or whatever. Like, dude, And now I know. I mean, I had no idea. I ended up finding out later on that, like, yeah, this stuff is kind of like public record, man. Like, these guys can go in and just you know,
soup it up.
Yeah, pull up your name and then just get your information. They can even give you the dates and stuff like that. And like, what the fuck?
Yeah, dude,
You know
it's creepy.
Yeah.
Like, there's that's the same reason why it became illegal for lawyers to go to the hospitals and stuff.
Ambulance chasers.
Yeah, like that shit, because they'll do that. They'll just fucking like shark you down. It's like, hey, you get in an accident here, you know, start doing this, and like they'll start like doing all this shit for you, and since you're in an accident, so you don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
But I know that's happened to a couple of my old coworkers from my previous job. That I think like her dad had gone into like a car crash or something, and she's like, yeah, and she's like, we were barely like getting there to like the emergency room, and there was already a lawyer outside, and he was like, oh, Mr. So and so, you know, like, we're here for you, you know, we're just ready to say when, and we'll start the paperwork, and we can sue the shit out of them, and this and that.
They'll paint a real pretty.
Yeah, and I was like, dude, like, that, what the fuck? So I looked it up, and yeah, that's illegal.
Yeah, it's illegal, man. It's ambulance chasing.
Yeah, you can't do that shit.
Yeah. That kind of stuff is just really weird to me, man. How, I mean, I've heard that these guys will like hang out with like a police scanner, and they'll like, hey, you know, an accident over here on this address, and you know, Ivan, and
that's the same thing with reporters.
Same thing with reporters, yes.
Yeah, they'll do the same shit.
Yeah, that's very true.
They'll push their limits. There's, I don't know the lady's name, but people here will know who I'm talking about. There's one lady in particular, who does news stuff, who apparently is notorious for doing that. She'll just wear a shirt that says reporter, and she feels like that gives her access to everything. Yeah, she'll just like go to like, I didn't know, calls or whatever like that. Wow. And she would just kind of show up, and the cops have to be like, no, you need to leave. And she'd be like, oh, well, I'm a reporter, and you know, this is public knowledge or whatever. And they're like, no, this is a scene, and you need to get out of here. And I've heard that from a couple of people.
I didn't know that, man. That's pretty crazy. Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. People are shady. Too much information is out there. That's my main concern. And that's because I'm all paranoid about my shit.
I'm kind of curious. I want to know who you're talking about. I guess we'll talk about it later. But yeah, that's. I mean, everything's on the social media and stuff like that. You know, anything happens, people take a picture of it, or they're driving by and all that stuff. You know, like.
And at that point, it's public knowledge. So now you have no more fucking privacy.
You know, yeah. But yeah, I mean, that sucks, man. And it just takes one video or something like that, and then somebody sends it up. I mean, believe it or not, I mean, if you get something like that, you know, and the police see it, they can, like, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think they used to be able to take your phone as evidence.
I want to say that. Like that. Yeah, that was like, a thing that they could confiscate it, but they had to give it back to you.
Yeah,
I don't get a copy of the file or something like that.
Yeah, that I don't know. I just whatever.
Yeah, I'd rather just not mess with it anymore, because I mean, or at all. I've never messed with it, but it's one of those weird things that there's too many contradictory rules at play. So it's too fucking weird.
So it is October, and we have been doing this thing where we
record and talk to you guys.
What? Where we were trying to tell like scary stories and stuff like that, you know, to set the mood for October. I don't know. I know we had a sit down with a guest, Ray Science, you know, last podcast. I don't know if that's already up on the.
By the time this comes out, it will be.
Okay, so yeah, Ray was on here. Give that one a listen, and you know, you'll get to hear some of the silly stuff that we went through, you know, growing up and stuff like that.
Real creepy shit too.
Yeah. Well, we thought was creepy. I don't know. It's, you know, other people might think like. What are you talking about?
I saw the devil.
Yeah, you know, like, ugh.
You don't know.
You know, or invite me on the show. I got creepy stuff. Like, yeah, but then come on down. You know, tell us about it. We'll give it a listen. Yeah, or mention it in the comments.
Yeah.
So we are planning on going to Laborde House or Laborde House.
Yeah.
And you know, staying in the rooms and maybe catching some creepy EVPs. And you know, just seeing what happens overnight, I guess.
I've looked up a bit on them. You know, I was getting some information with them and stuff like that. So I mean, all of that's pretty much just good to go. Just a matter of us showing up. One of the ladies was telling me that apparently one room is more haunted than the other. Like not.
Oh really? Okay, I didn't know that. All right.
that apparently like the red room is just like the famous room, but there's supposed to be like another room that's also kind of
Creepy.
like creepy and stuff. But I mean,
those rooms are pretty creepy. Like, I mean,
they're
just
old,
yeah,
dude.
going in them. I mean, like, yeah, like, the rooms have been renovated, but they stayed.
They have the same design.
Yeah, they have the same design. Like, they haven't been modified at all.
Yeah.
You know, like, I think aside from like the addition of like
Probably,
AC.
I was gonna say
you
AC
know,
and
like,
electricity because like that's
yeah.
a mandatory kind of thing.
Yeah, you know, like that's about it though. Like, but the beds are like still old as hell. Like they still like
the real skinny like steel frame kind of
yeah,
bed.
they chingles of springs on them. You lay on them. You know, like holy crap.
You have to take one of those orthopedic sponges.
Probably, yeah.
To make sure that your back doesn't get like all deformed overnight.
Yeah, and I
that's
mean,
a real ghost.
right? So I mean that's on the agenda, you know, for October, you know, Halloween. And then maybe I don't know, maybe we can cruise around and maybe like haunt around, you know, a cemetery. No, I don't feel comfortable doing that. I mean, maybe that's
I was
not
gonna
cool.
say.
Yeah, that's not cool. Maybe a little disrespectful, but and maybe just, you know, talking about some other creepy stuff, and then we can just kind of share our experiences.
We can do the sightseeing, cause we know some spots.
Oh
in
yeah,
town
man.
that are
I
kinda-
mean, like they do the tours.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Am I working this Halloween?
I don't know.
Yeah, we could do the.
I know I'm not.
Oh, let me see. Let me just check my schedule. I think I want to say I'm off, man. I'm off.
Dude, that's the trippiest color coded schedule I have ever seen. I've never seen it color coded.
Sorry, every red day is my day.
So that's okay. So green's you're off.
Green and blue, I'm off.
Oh, it looks like a bingo card.
Pretty much, yeah.
Like, that's all like because it's just a bunch of like different colored dots.
Yeah,
that is cool.
So we can maybe catch, you know, what is it, Bessie or Betty or whatever the name of the bus is that takes you around, and maybe we can record and stuff like that. And
I'm down with that. Take the GoPro or something.
Yeah, take the GoPro and we can kind of just, I don't know, maybe catch like a costume contest or something like that.
I'm pretty sure there's gonna be something in town because they haven't said anything about them canceling Halloween.
Are you dressing up?
I can.
What do you? Okay. I guess. Well, I was gonna ask, what are you gonna dress up as? But you know.
I don't know yet. I always leave it to last minute. Last time I dressed up.
Should make a poll and like.
Yes, on the comments, or I can probably do it easier on Facebook.
What should you dress up as?
Yeah, what should I dress up as? So it's gonna be a naughty nurse, sexy bunny, and I don't know.
That's you, dude.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
That's you.
No, I'm not gonna. Yeah, that would be. No, knowing you people, no, that would be the worst possible.
What's wrong with it though?
I am not gonna dress up as a naughty nurse.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Don't judge me.
You could dress up as anything.
I'm insecure about my body. Okay,
it's Halloween, dude.
I am insecure. That's the problem.
Dress up as anything you want, dude. Yeah, maybe we can make like a little poll or something like that. I don't know if you want to be like the Joker or.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna do the predictions for the costumes this year. It's gonna be the Joker, because everybody and their mother's gonna want to be Joker. Harley Quinn, and what's another really famous hero right now? Because you know it's gonna be like
The Boys is pretty popular
Dude,
right now. Maybe.
Have you finished watching?
Yes, I did.
Dude,
Yes, I
we
did.
can talk about that. I don't want to talk about it right now because people probably haven't seen it yet. But that's definitely gonna be something we need to talk about. It was a good season.
Yeah, I liked it.
I liked it.
But yeah, so I mean, hell, tell us what you're gonna dress up as, you know, for Halloween in the comments or something like that. That'd be pretty cool.
Or the best costume you've seen. I've seen some.
Or take a picture of the best costume that you saw on Halloween night. Hey, you know, I mean, I know some people take that stuff.
Pretty
hard.
When
Yeah.
was it that they did the Halloween fair thing here in town? That they did like a block party kind of thing. That they did like the costume contest.
Probably, yeah. I think like somewhere there in the
year or
middle of
two
town
ago?
they did it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they did like a year or two ago, and I saw some costumes that like they had like lights and everything.
Yeah.
Like they went
It went pretty hard.
all out, and I was like,
Yeah.
holy shit, that's
there's
pretty
some-
legit.
There's some people out there that take that stuff pretty serious. Even not on Halloween, cosplaying and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean that's still
I've cosplayed before,
surprisingly
and it's
big
fun.
here.
Yeah. There's a lot of people down here. A couple friends of mine on Facebook. You know, they're pretty hardcore in the cosplay and stuff like that. It's fun, especially when you have a group of people that, you know, like to do it too. You know, it's pretty cool. But yeah, Halloween. And then
Also-
after that, we move on into
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. Hopefully, I mean,
We're gonna watch that movie.
I'm
Did
not.
you ever see it?
We should, though.
We're gonna
I
watch
mean,
that movie, man.
oh
We're gonna
my
do a
God.
review on Thanksgiving. In those of you that have no idea what I'm talking
That's a
about,
good idea, dude.
go to
I
YouTube
don't know.
and look up Thanksgiving and look up the trailer, and you will not regret it.
How old is it?
God, maybe like early 2000s.
Is it really? I really don't know. It sounds very familiar, but I don't. That's like right up there with like that Krampus or something like that.
Or
like,
the Killer Gingerbread Man.
there was a killer gingerbread man.
Yeah,
I remember like Frosty the snowman, the killer one, like the.
Oh, I'm an airplane man.
That was
I was like, why doesn't it work?
That was a crazy one.
Yeah, no. There's a Gingerbread Man one that he's like a killer. Thanksgiving 2007.
Oh wow,
That's when it came out.
So yeah, I guess maybe we'll do that for Thanksgiving. We can. I'm gonna hate you, but sure, yeah, we can do it. I'm down.
It's like Sharknado, but with a turkey.
Yeah, right. Oh god. And okay, so we're coming close to the end of the year. November, December, and then we're on to 2021.
Hopefully a better year.
Hopefully a better year. I mean, for me, I guess it's too early to talk about, like, because we're not done with the year yet, right?
Yeah, a lot can happen in 2 months.
Yeah, a lot can happen in 2 months, as we've seen. This year it's been pretty wild.
But so far.
far. Yeah. So hopefully things change up, man, and things get a little bit chill, I guess, and we can move on. But yeah, Halloween,
man. So yeah, I have a. So I like creepy stories and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I mentioned it to a couple of people, and pretty much everybody told me, dude, I have this story that you need to hear. So I have a couple of people that want to come on or
why didn't you tell them?
I did.
Where are they?
Well, they're not here today because they have jobs and other things to do.
So do you.
Yeah, but don't judge me, dude.
I mean, so do I.
Yeah, I don't know. I have to make plans. I was still talking things out because they have other things to do. So hopefully soon.
Well, did they tell you what the stories are about?
2 of them did. They kind of they're like, hey, dude, this is pretty much what happened, but I want to say it because it's gonna spoil it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. But was it scary?
It was creepy.
Okay.
It wasn't like, oh my god, that is petrifying, but it was like, oh, dude, like if that was me in your shoes, I'd be I would not want to be there anymore. Yeah. That was my take for most of those, which is my take with most scary stories. Is like, I mean, you can't do anything about it. What are you gonna do to a ghost? Punch it?
Right.
Yeah, you can't do anything.
I'm gonna exercise you. Here, holy water. Or something like that. But
it's like, I feel like there has to be some dumb joke in there's like, I'm gonna exercise you, and the guy takes out like a dumbbell.
That's really funny. I need right.
like a jump rope, saying, the power of Christ compels you. Jumping.
A long time ago, like in 2004.
That's only 16 years ago. Only. Half my life.
04? 03? 04. I had just graduated high school, and
they had high schools back then?
Yeah. Unfortunately. No. A good friend of mine, he was a teacher. I haven't seen him in a very long time. He's an older guy. He told us a story about how so he's real big into church and stuff like that. Nothing wrong with that. It's cool. And he's a deacon. I'm not sure what that is.
Not to be confused with the alien deacon, the Xenomorph.
I have no idea what it is, but he's a deacon for the church. If you guys want to tell me what it is, great. But he does that, and he made it clear to me that he doesn't have any power to bless stuff. This is a true story. We were talking about it, and we were talking about a certain individual. He used to go around, and he was real big into helping out like the youth and juvenile, kids, and trying to get them back on track and stuff like that with whatever life. And he had this interesting case with this kid here who claimed to be possessed.
Oh.
I think I've told you this story before,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it sounds vaguely familiar.
Yeah, so I mean, this isn't scary. It's not spooky, but it's just
It's in the spirit of
it's
Halloween.
in the spirit of, I guess it's a true. Well, he told me, and this person has.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. So that guy, I don't see that guy lying.
Yeah,
he does not seem like a guy that would make up a story like that.
Yeah, and he's like, Chago, it was an interesting case, and I went down to go and see what was going on, what the guys were talking about. Hey, we got this kid here. He's claiming to be possessed, and he wants to talk to a priest. And you're the closest thing that we got. He's like like I said, he's really, really into youth and, trying to get them back on track. And, he they opened up the door for him and stuff like that. And apparently this kid was, just kind of waiting for him, I guess. And like this, kind of like had his back to him or something like that. And, he opens up the door and he walks in and he's like, "Are you the priest?" And he's like, Chago, immediately, as soon as he said that, he knew
he was full of shit.
Yeah, he knew he was lying. He's like, if he was really possessed, he would have been able to tell that I wasn't a priest.
See, I picture him being like, "Are you the priest?"
Yeah, I mean, he didn't make any sound effects at all or anything like that. He just kind of, yeah, I know, right? I wish he would have but so I'm telling it the way he told us. Or everybody that was there.
Oh, so it was more than you?
Yeah.
I thought he just told you.
No, we were we were hanging out. Like there was a couple of us around.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I did not know that part of the story.
Yeah, there was a couple of us. And like he went ahead and he went along with it, to see what was going on, and he's just started telling him like, yeah, I sold my soul to the devil, and this body is mine, and yada yada yada. Like started hissing and stuff like that. And
that's weird.
I'm just kind of like, oh wow, like, are you serious right now? He's like, yeah, I'm being totally honest with you. Like, this kid had some trouble. He was troubled, and he never ever like
judged him.
Yeah, he never judged him, and he didn't say anything bad about him. He's like, he was troubled, he had some issues, and he just needed to be pointed in the right direction. Like, real, like, okay, cool, you know what I mean? If it would have been anybody else, probably like, that was a
fucking crazy.
Yeah, that guy was crazy, But no, he's like, okay, well, yeah, I'm gonna go get some holy water. You know what I mean? We're gonna do this.
All right.
So he went ahead and I guess those little bottles. They have like the crucifix.
Yeah. That ones they give you at the church.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He went ahead and like dumped the water that was in it, the blessed water, and went to the water fountain.
Just got regular tap water.
Got regular tap water. And he's like, Chago, I don't have the power to do any of this. I really don't. But I went ahead and I filled it up and I put the thing on and I went back in. He's like, all right, son, we're gonna do this. Are you ready?
Head spinning. Like,
yeah, and he started hitting him, with the holy water. He's like, that's what I assume that he was seeing, when he was like, when he was hitting him, because he's like, and he's like, Chago, it was just regular tap water. I'm like, it was just regular tap water, man. And he hit him a couple times with the water and stuff like that, and prayed over him, did all that stuff, and he wished him the best, and he got out of there. But he was like, yeah, he was a strange case, and he was a very troubled young man. Hopefully, it's been years, but hopefully, he's on on the right track and stuff like that, and it's just kind of like, okay, cool, like, wow.
The sad part is that I know who you're talking about. I know that guy.
The possessed kid.
Yeah, I know the possessed kid.
Okay.
And last time I saw him, he looked like a regular dude.
Yeah. So I mean that.
Like
I guess it worked.
Yeah. Like maybe he just needed a little extra push, man. Yeah.
He was a strange. So I know who it is, and I had a run in with him too, and this was in college and stuff like that, and he used to. I feel so bad for him, man. But whatever, dude. He just. Oh man, Like
he just stood out.
Like I remember sitting down, outside, and we were taking a break from class, and we went outside. I was having a cigarette and stuff like that, and I was wearing a Green Lantern shirt, and I guess he didn't know my name, so he called me Lantern for like the longest time before he found out what my name was, and he used to talk to me about anime and stuff like that, and everyone he would subtly throw out that he was satanic. And I mean, hey, I'm not gonna judge. Like, hey, that's cool, man. Like,
you do you.
Yeah, you do you. But I think I don't think he was talking about this person. Because this happened in 2004. This dude, I don't think he's that old.
Oh, okay, then never
Yeah,
mind. Might be a different person.
Yeah,
than I'm thinking of.
I think these are two different people. But I know who you're talking about for sure. I know who that is. And yeah, the other person though, yeah, like I mean, if he was in juvenile hall when this was 2004, he'd be my age. And this other person that we're talking about, he's about your age, maybe.
Nah, he's older than me.
He's older than you?
Yeah, I think he's a couple of years older than me. So I think he's maybe like 30.
Yeah, this would have been a little way big age difference. So yeah, but this other person, yeah, I know who you're talking about. And yeah, he would subtly throw out little things out there that he was into
the occult.
Yeah, the occult and witchcraft and Wicca, and he was Satanist and all these things, and I'm just kind of like, okay, cool, man. Like, that's great. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. It was just a trip, man. I haven't seen him in a long time, but if you're telling me that he's,
I saw him I've been in my new job 2 years. I saw him maybe like 3 years ago.
That's cool, man. And
I mean, he had a regular job and everything.
Yeah, I guess maybe
it's good for him.
Yeah, maybe kind of grew out of it, or
yeah, I was gonna say grew out of it. Maybe changes his view on it.
His perspective on things and stuff like that. Yeah,
because it's I'm like, do you really grow out of like whatever you believe in?
Yeah, so that's another thing, or maybe he's just not so
upfront about it.
Yeah, he's not so flaunty about it. Like everybody needs to know or something like that.
Yeah,
I don't know, but he was cool. He didn't mess with me. I didn't see him messing around or like being a trouble or a bother to other people. He just kind of did what he did, and it was just really funny because like, yeah, I remember he did this one time, and I was having a cigarette, and he was just standing out like this, and.
You want to do your ashes or what?
No, just do this. He was looking at something.
Okay.
And I just having my cigarette, and I'm just he asked some questions or something like that, and just keep your hand, and I just went ahead and I did this, and he's just kind of like, whoa, dude, like, like he freaked out, and I don't know, man. I guess he felt like he was holding on to something or something like that, and I just kind of humored him by.
Was he on drugs?
No, I don't think so.
I like how that switch from a strong no to a definite maybe.
I mean, like, no, I don't think so, man. Because we were in college, and I mean,
which is when everybody does drugs. If I'm to believe social media,
I don't think so, man. I mean, whatever, dude. But yeah, like when I did that, it's like something like
clicked on him.
Yeah, like he knows, or like he sees what I see, or something like that, or something like. Whatever, but it's cool, man. If he's doing good, he's doing good.
I mean, last time I checked, he was doing all right. I don't know about now, but back then he was doing all right. Yeah. Like I'm trying to think of people that I know, like from my class and stuff like that. Like we had some oddballs, but I don't think we had anyone
that far
out. Yeah, like nobody. At least not as far as I can remember. I don't remember there being anybody who was like, "Yeah, I'm satanic" or this and that.
There was a couple, maybe like one or two dudes in high school with me that were pretty open about it, and they didn't fall in line with the satanic that I guess I had in my head. When I think of it, I think of people that are. I shouldn't even say that. Anybody could be anything, but the way they dressed and the way they acted, but I don't know, man. They were just
Well,
I don't know.
have you seen? Because there's an actual like Church of Satan now, I guess.
Yeah.
And like down there with the Baphomet.
Mm-hmm.
So like if you see what they're doing, you're like, dude, why aren't more people doing that?
Yeah,
They're like
yeah.
fighting for like legit good causes, and you're like,
yeah.
aren't you okay? I guess like the media just has like this construction of an interpretation of it, like it's evil, but then you're like, no, these guys are like, hey man, we should have free speech, and rights for everybody.
Yeah, these dudes weren't your stereotypical like. I don't know. I feel like everybody has this like, oh, you know, he's satanic, so he listens to black metal. And,
he has to have corpse paint on all the time.
You know,
and have a hood.
Yeah, you know, no, and these dudes were just not like that at all. Like it was just like, what? Okay, cool. You know what I mean? And some way, somehow, they found, whatever they're into, and, they kind of stuck with it and ran with it. Good for them.
I think we had one guy who said he was, but he never,
showed it
or talked about it. Yeah. So I think he kind of just said it because it sounded cool at the time.
A good friend of ours, actually, too, also, I think he wore corpse paint when he graduated.
That's brutal.
Yeah, during his graduation. We both know him. Maybe he never told you, but yeah, he got removed from walking graduation day because of it.
No, they definitely did not. You gotta tell me who it is after the
that's fine. But yeah, he got removed from walking and receiving his diploma because he wore corpse paint during graduation. I know. I know I got a hard time because I had dyed my hair red, and at the time, it wasn't it wasn't very popular,
I think it's more popular now, but I think that's still a no-no.
I got sent home, for my first day of senior year. I got sent home. Yeah, it was just not, but it was. Because I painted my fingernails black, and they had already grown out and stuff like that. It was over the summer.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I got sent home because I guess it wasn't school uniform and stuff like that for boys, and different times, man. For sure.
I don't think that's a thing anymore. I think now that you wear black nail polish.
Well, huh?
I think now they'll let you wear the nail polish.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, but it never used to be a big deal, and
I had that at my old job when I painted my goatee red.
Mm-hmm.
People would stare at it all the time, and they would ask me like, "Is your goatee red?" I'm like, "Yeah, dude, I dyed it red."
Dyed it red.
Yeah, and I can't dye my hair, so I dyed my goatee.
You're smart, yeah.
Yeah, and then I think for a while I was doing the black nail polish at work,
mm-hmm.
and first they thought that my fingernails were bruised
mm-hmm.
because lifting and stuff like that, and I was like, "Nah, dude,
I painted them.
They're just black." And I was like, then they helped me not bite my nails because they taste gross when I bite them. So it's a double win for me, and it looks cool as shit when I'm playing guitar.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, but they give you that smug look, like I'm judging you.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna say anything, and I'm like, I don't care, man. I couldn't care less.
I used to show up to high school, and I'd still have my plugs on and my earring, my nose ring, and
I forgot you had one of those.
Yeah. I still do technically, I guess, but I showed up and I walked by my principal, and she's like, savage, real you have to take those off, it's not 8:00 yet. Yeah. I can, and by that time I was already a senior too, so I kind of
didn't care.
Yeah, it's 8:00. You can send me home again, but she did, man. Straight up. she sent me home, and it sucked, but I remember, my parents made a big deal about it, and it was an issue. But to be fair, a lot of other people got sent home for violating uniform. You weren't allowed to wear certain, your shirt couldn't have a brand on it, or
they had that with us, but they did away with it because everybody would wear a shirt with a logo.
Yeah.
So the only thing they did was that they couldn't be the big logo anymore.
Do they still have school uniform here?
Yeah.
They do? Wow. Okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. At least last I checked, when I graduated with those uniform, when my sister graduated.
Yeah, okay.
And that was 2-3 years ago that she graduated.
Wow. Yeah, I remember. So our last guest, his mom, I remember she was outside of Walmart the year before they started what do you call it? Before
Dress
they,
code?
yeah, huh?
The dress code?
Yeah, before the year before or the summer before they started the dress code, she was outside of Walmart and she was getting, like I guess it was like a petition or votes to not have us wear
A uniform?
Yeah, uniform. And I mean, I showed up with my mom and my brother and stuff like that, and she's like, she's I know I mentioned it in the other podcast. She was real big. She was in the school district and working for the school, and I remember she was out there like, yeah, sign here, because I mean they're trying to get our kids to wear school uniforms, and that's not right. That's not cool. Then again, I mean,
I can see it. Like, I'm kind of like in favor for school uniforms. Like, they're annoying, but I think they serve their purpose. Especially when it comes to like lunch was a big one. So that's how we knew that who belonged there, who didn't belong there.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know how to say this and like not sound like a complete asshole.
Yeah, no. Like, I mean, just defend your. I mean, because I know I think
especially at that age, not a lot of people can afford really nice clothes.
Yes, of course.
So that was my thing. Like, my school shirts were always from Walmart.
Yeah.
And I never had like the polo or the Abercrombie shirt or anything like that. So I can see why they had this.
It would kind of make everybody equal.
Yes,
yeah, definitely.
And kids are mean, dude. Like they will.
Yeah, I remember.
They'll give you shit for anything, man. So like I understand why we have a dress code, and because of that, like I'm kind of in favor of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I can see why you would argue, both ways.
Both sides, yeah.
Both sides of that argument.
Yeah, and so I feel like it, like you said, I see your point of view and stuff like that, but I feel like it also kind of takes away like individuality and everybody looks like a robot. I remember I had some teachers that were like, like I think they gave us like a Friday or something like that where it was like casual Friday. You can come without being like you could come outside of uniform. And I remember I heard one of my history teachers like, finally, you guys don't look like robots right now. Like you guys look unique.
Yeah.
And it was that was cool.
Yeah, we never had that, dude. With us, it was always uniform. The furthest we could get away with it was you get to wear an undershirt.
Yeah,
and that's how you stand out.
So like they employed the school uniforms when I was a 6th grader, and parents were upset about it, but I know some other parents were like, oh well, it makes things a little bit easier.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess it has its ups and its downs, but once they started like, okay, you can't have a little logo here.
Yeah.
Or you can't have anything that's, it has to be, it can't be too tight on you or something.
Yes,
like
I remember that. It was
like
nothing that's too. And again, this was mainly for like girls and stuff. It was like, if it's a button up, you gotta make sure the out buttons are up, or you have to have like an undershirt.
Yeah, make sure your shirt's tucked in.
Yeah,
all that stuff. And
which makes me sound super lame because you would go to school like painted hair and like piercings.
I did.
The most rebel thing I ever did was that I would walk around without my shirt tucked up.
What's up, somebody?
Like I'm a bad. Oh, and like to take it a step forward. I used to do that real cliche. Is it a '90s kid thing to wear your jacket around your waist?
I think every kid did that because sometimes it would just get hot. You didn't want to go to your lockers. Like,
yeah, because I would do that like pretty much every day. I would always have my jacket around my waist.
So very grungy kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah. That
it was
kind
a flannel.
I didn't have flannel. I wish I did. If I did, I would have worn it. But I would tuck on my shirt and then I would leave it in place with the sleeves of the shirt, which defeats the purpose of having your shirt tucked out because it's still in the same place. So the security guards eventually kind of caught onto it or whatever, and they were like, "No, you have to remove your jacket so that we can see if your shirt's tucked in." And I was like,
"Yeah,
like fun away from it."
All that stuff. I mean, the uniforms and stuff like that, and then, they're just getting sent home because you had your your hair dyed and your nails polished and stuff like that. It was like, what? So I remember a lot of parents were already kind of fed up with all that stuff. Like, what the hell? And then now, okay, well, my kid's in uniform, but now he can't wear the brands that we buy him. And I get it. Some kids are pretty bad with like, hey, well, you're not wearing, X brand, or you're not wearing,
I remember that being an argument. Like I remember like a couple of moms saying that it's like I already bought my kids the clothes. You can't tell me that they can't wear it now. Yeah, that was their arguments. Like you can't tell me I can't wear it because I already bought them. They're the colors you want them to be.
Yeah.
And
what more do you want, dude?
Yes.
Like you already took away, them being allowed to do certain things. Like now you're just, what the hell, dude?
Because I remember by the time that I was in high school, they had a couple of regulations. It was, they couldn't be too revealing or whatever. The logos couldn't be the big logos. They had to be the small logos. For jeans, they couldn't be the ripped jeans.
And you couldn't have the logo running on the side.
Yeah, you could. That was another one because I know one kid that had that back when I think it was like Echo or Fubu was a thing.
Tommy Hilfiger had it too.
Like boom. So they're like, no, you can't have that. And
Calvin Klein was another one that
There was like one or two other things that they were like, no, you can't do. That eventually, like, I guess they kind of just gave up on it because they couldn't control the people. Like they just didn't care.
There was this one dude in my high school when I was like a sophomore, and he was a senior. This dude's hair was like up to here.
God damn.
And he used to get shit for it every day.
Yeah.
Straight up like, hey, you can't have your hair that long. I'm a senior. What are you gonna do? I'm here for 2 classes and I leave. They never did anything to him. Good for him. But like, yeah, I mean, obviously, like, I remember when the principal, I walked by the principal. I was on the way to the library to print out some stuff for a homework assignment that I needed to print out. I got there a little bit earlier, and it was me and maybe a handful of other people that were, maybe like 3 or 4 other people that were in the library when I walked in. And, she walks by and was like, oh my, it's savage. Like, you need to remove those right now. I'm like, it's not 8 o'clock.
You can't tell me what to do.
You can't tell me what to do. And, it pissed her off and ended up going to the principal's office. And it was just kind of like, what am I doing here right now? Like, it's not even time. Like, what? And, Sarita, what are you doing? Like, why are you?
It doesn't matter.
Why are you dressed up like that? Like, I can any fucking way I want, dude. What the fuck?
Everybody's have a story.
And these are people like, okay, like we live in a small community, so parents know parents, and you grow up with their kids and stuff like that. Like, why do you hang out with them? And like, why do you do? The fuck, dude? Like,
what's it do?
What the hell is it to you, dude? And mate, I'm pretty sure that people from outside of where we live are like, wow, they had that over there. Maybe they have it, in other places too. But like, it was like, fuck, man, it was so close-minded down here. It was horrible.
For the longest time.
Yeah, it sucked down here. Things have changed now. I mean, it seems like things are a little
more liberated.
Yeah, a little more chill
they're
or
not
whatever.
As bad. At least when I was in high school, it wasn't as bad. I think I had a friend of mine who was the only guy that I knew that had long hair, and his hair was up to like his shoulders, which, I mean, you really think about it, it's not that long.
Mm-hmm.
And they would give him shit about his hair being too long too. So I think what he did at one point was that he would fold it inward and then hold it in place with the pins, and that's how he would walk around.
That's clever.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, like that was a long time ago, man. That was a real long time ago. And times have changed. Like I was saying, things are a little more different now.
See, but they still stereotype you, because when I was in high school, this is the story I was gonna tell you. There was, I forget who it was, but this is one guy who had chalk in his backpack, because back then messenger bags were the shit.
Chalk,
like just blackboard chalk.
Okay.
Like the different colored ones, like the pink and the blue. So this guy grabs the chalk and he draws a huge pentagram on the floor. And I mean, we're all there. We're like, okay, cool, whatever. We didn't care. So then one of the assistant principals walks by and he looks at us and he's like, guys, why did you do that? And we're like, sir, what the hell, sir? Like, that wasn't us. He's like, guys, come on. Mijito's like, I know it was you. And we're like, dude, like, what, sir? Like, you're like discriminating us. You're blaming us and all of this shit. I mean, it was us. It was obvious that it was us, but they still had that little label. He's like, come on, like, who else is gonna draw a pentagram on the floor? It was you guys. Nobody here knows what a pentagram is besides you guys.
A friend of mine's mom showed up at the school fucking raging pissed. So I had already graduated, and some friends of mine were celebrating somebody else's birthday, not party. But, they kind of just made it a joke, like, oh, happy birthday, and this and that. And we were, giving him a happy birthday. Like, all right, we're going to pull you. And he's like, what?
Oh.
But it was a joke. They went through the motion,
Yeah.
they weren't going to actually pull him, or they didn't actually pull him.
Ouch.
Some security guards saw that, and they immediately rounded up all 5 of them, and they sent them to the alternative.
Yeah.
They got, I don't know if it's suspended or...
It's not suspended because you're still going to school.
You're still going to school, but you're going to...
Yeah, you just get sent to the juvie for, like, however long they want you to go to.
My friend's mom, when she got the phone call about what was happening, or what happened, she showed up with the rule book. And, I think it was, like, student code or whatever. I don't know what the hell it's called. And she's like, "What? Why? Like, they're celebrating a birthday. This is a group of people, and this is how they celebrate birthdays." And they were like, "They didn't even hit him." Like she made a huge noise about it. God bless her. She's
that's bossy, man.
Yeah, no, she's cool as hell, and she would stand up for us and for all of us. Not just for her son. Like she was cool as hell, man. Like it was fun. I wasn't there for that, but I did get to see, who it was that went in and so like, yeah, dude, so-and-so's mom fucking started a big ass noise, about it at the principal's office, and she tried, but they ended up getting 5 days in the alternative center or whatever
really
it's
isn't
called.
that bad.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad, and then they went back to school, and it was just kind of like, yeah, dude, we didn't even pull him, like we didn't even hit him, and so birthday boy even said like it was a joke, like. They didn't even hit me.
Yeah.
Like, they're my friends. You know what I mean? Like, why?
It's like, no, we're going to fight for you.
Yeah, like, don't worry, we got you.
We got you. It's like, no, but I don't need help. No, we're here to help you. But I'm not in trouble.
I'm not, like, this is just a joke. We were just having fun or whatever. But, they weren't having it. And they still got shipped out. You know what I mean? So, that sucks.
I know, like, one person that got sent to juvie. And it was, like, for one of the stupidest reasons, too. I don't remember the full story because this was years ago, but it was something along the lines of they were fighting with somebody else, but verbally. And I think she had made like a threat, like, I'm going to kick your ass or something like that. And they took that to the principal. And apparently that was enough to get them sent to alternative for like 2 weeks.
Is that like a...
Because it was like a threat.
Like a threat, yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, that's kind of pushing it. If you ask me, like, I understand if you get like detention or ISS, but alternative for 2 kids wanting to fight, I think that's a little much, especially for 2 weeks. I would understand like maybe a couple of days.
I didn't even. Yeah. Wow. I mean, I would think 2 kids wanted to fight, they would just kind of fight.
I mean, I had a PE coach. I forgot his name, man, but he was cool as shit. I remember there was this one kid that was like bullying me in the bleachers. Because it was during PE, and he kept on hitting him in the back of the head. I'm like, man, fuck this guy. So I move up on the bleachers, and he goes up, and he's like, hey, don't get any higher on the bleachers. I'm like, fuck you. So I move up like two other steps, and this kid, he gets in my face, and I mean, he was a big dude, right? He was fat. I'll tell you his name later.
You had to do that.
Okay, I'll tell you his name because even his name is funny. So we were like about to go at it, and the PE coach is like, "Hey, you two!" And we were like, "Oh shit!" So we go down, and he's like, "You want to go at it? Have boxing gloves." Oh, and I was like, "Oh shit!"
I've heard of I've heard of old school gym coaches or whatever.
Yeah,
like, all right, you guys want to here?
He's like, "We have gloves, and we have a place where you guys can go to."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh shit!" I was down for it, but that didn't go through.
Yeah, well, I mean, hey. Yeah, I remember, like, my dad used to tell me about it, and, I remember a couple dudes, in high school that had some issues with each other, and, yeah, coaches would, like, hey, y'all got shit with each other?
Vale.
Yeah, let's go to the weight room.
Yeah.
We'll close up the doors, and y'all have at it. Y'all let it out, you know what I mean? And I don't know if they still do that. I'm pretty sure. I don't know, man, I could be wrong, but I remember, yeah, back then, yeah.
I want to say they still had it, because, I mean, when I was in school, they still had it, and that wasn't, it was a while back. Oh shit! It's almost 10 years. Oh shit!
Oh, yeah.
Never mind. Maybe they don't have it anymore.
There was a thing like before football like would kick off. They had like boot camp or whatever.
Yes.
And they would basically like pit you against somebody else. And there was this one really a fun thing that was called dog bone, and
Okay.
you would hang on. I think it was like a sock or something like that, and you would basically it was just one hand. You weren't allowed to
Okay.
To-
To use
to use
extra
the-
grip
yeah.
or anything.
like you guys would just it was just a tug of war for that one thing, and whoever lost it, the person who had it was allowed to like
Hit you with it?
Yeah, hit you with it, like until
Ow.
whatever. So it was just kind of like that was one of the things. There was also the infamous where you would just kind of like you would lay down at what was it called? I think it was called chicken. You would lay on your backs and then you would come up and then you would run at each other and then kind of like run into each other, see who would end up on
Okay.
top,
Yeah, no, that's not chicken. Chicken is when you're about to hit each other and then you
see who
yeah,
veers
who
off.
flakes last minute.
I forgot what the hell it was called. But yeah, like, little things like that, just kind of to prep us up and stuff like that. And a lot of people would, I mean, that one event in particular, that dog bone event, would get a lot of, you'd kind of relieve a lot of stress on
Okay.
that one, you know what I mean? Like with each other or whatever for some reason. And the coaches would do it on purpose because they would see, like, well, I don't know if they would do it on purpose, but they would pit,
Like tension.
yeah,
that they saw.
like, they would pit those against, who had issues with each other, you know what I mean? They would just kind of go at it. I remember there were some dudes, man, that would just, and there were some fights too where I remember I saw this one kid stomp on this dude's helmet.
Ooh.
And I mean, this is after the fact that they were both wearing helmets and they were still throwing punches at each other. One of them just so happened to
Grab the other guy?
yeah, and yank him down, and when he fell, I remember it was a boot party. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, at least it was nobody else jumped in. It was
Yeah.
just them. I remember it just whenever he would pick up his head, whack, and just back down into the floor. It was horrible, man.
Ah, dude.
Yeah, like football practice was.
I never got to go to football practice. I was in football for a little bit. Then one of my cousins broke his collarbone
Mhm.
or his arm. So mom was like, no. So she said, you can join soccer if you want. And I was like, no, you could have football. That's what everybody else is playing.
Yeah.
But I wasn't allowed to play football. But I do remember feeling that experience of getting like pummeled on once. Because I remember one time I got in a fight with a kid in the locker rooms, and this guy was bigger than me. And all I could do was like kind of evade everything that he was throwing at me. And at one point I fell. And this guy had boots, dude. I'm not sure you remember those weird like brownish color with like, a huge fucking heel.
Yeah.
Like, he had those, and like my brain went to like slow motion, and I just see him like cock his leg back, like con vuelo to try to kick me, and like the first thing my brain does is like move foot slightly to the right, and like I stopped his kick with the bottom of my foot, but I was like, dude, if that had connected,
That would have messed you up.
that would have like made, I don't know, maybe not broken something, but it would have hurt a lot.
Yeah.
You know, a couple of at least a bruise for a couple of weeks. And I was like,
Yeah, man. I mean, and at least for like when I was like the big guys, man, in football that we just don't even just let them do it, dude. Don't even get involved because you're gonna end up getting hurt.
Yeah.
Wait for them to finish and let them tire themselves out, and you would just, god damn, you know what I mean? Like they would just go at it, whatever.
Yeah, I remember that because I wasn't in football, but I was in what they called advanced PE, which for those of you that don't know, it's like PE but advanced.
We shoot real arrows during bow and arrow practice or something.
Dude,
during archery.
that was the BS part because the regular PE students got to do that.
Okay.
And the advanced PE kids did not get to do that. All we got to do was run. Because everybody that was in advanced PE was the guys that were in sports. So they didn't get to do anything else besides actually work out. So like we had that.
So you wouldn't partake in like Batman or like archery or
Nope.
Wow.
And the
dodgeball.
Nope. Like our PE class was like football practice pretty much. Because it was usually like 8th period. And it was, when you get there, you're going to run to the track and you're going to either run a shit ton or run drills, which I had no idea what the drills were because I wasn't in football. I was just in the football PE class, I guess. And I remember seeing like the guys that were like in regular PE, and I'm like, man, I hate those guys.
So you were in football?
I was in during the day. I just never played or went to like their actual practices. But I had their PE class. Because they had 2 different PE classes with me. I'm assuming they didn't have that with you.
Because they had athletics and then they had PE when I was in school.
Okay, so essentially that's what it was. It was athletics, but it was like advanced PE.
But in athletics, you were like I guess technically playing with the team.
I would run practice with them during school hours.
But you didn't play.
I didn't play. No.
That's weird.
Yeah. So because my mom didn't want me to play, so I never got to play. I just ran drills with them and like stuff like that. And I would hear the coaches get all pissed at them and like, "You don't know the play. You don't know what you're doing." And I would be like,
Yeah,
"You're wrong here, dude."
I'm not gonna lie, dude. Like I remember, like the first time when I joined football in 7th grade, because I mean we played football like all through. I mean from 1st grade all the way to 6th grade, but our like we would just go out and run for a pass. You know what I mean? But yeah, when we got introduced to actual football, like
it's a strategy.
Strategy, yeah. Like there's actual plays, like oh. But I'm not gonna lie. I didn't pay attention to any of the plays. I just knew that I was a halfback in 7th grade, and 147 was the play that was my run. You know what I mean? That's where I would just kind of like run at an angle and run out. You know what I mean? But like, you know, some of the other plays I had no idea who the fuck I was blocking for. I just kind of ran out and did something, but I never. Oh, you're supposed to run through the A hole or through the A gap or through the B.
I remember that.
What? Like
that I remember because they kept like switching me around for position. So like at one point, I was a running back, which I don't know what that means. I just know that I never had to do anything because I was in the back. And then eventually they moved me to like one of the sides, and at the very end I was the fast lineman, and I was like, "There's a slow one," and that's where I learned about like.
Is that like a linebacker or something?
Yeah, it's like, you know, when they hit, there's like a slight opening. And
then you
like,
go in.
And this guy can run through there. So you have to make sure that this guy, you know, can run between you and that other guy. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, no, dude. I didn't. I mean, it took me a while to figure out that there was an actual, like, this is what you're supposed to do. Like,
man would just like hit that guy. That guy is your goal.
I remember they gave me like a book or like a little just a couple pages that were stapled together with the plays that we ran. And I was like, oh,
this is
what I'm supposed to be doing. Like,
yeah,
okay.
I never understood it.
Yeah, like, well, what do I do when the line ends? You know what I mean? Like, just keep running. You know, like what? You know, but it was a learning experience. And then from there, like, once we got into like, that was 7th grade, junior high. When we got to high school, the plays got expanded on, and the booklet that I got that was like 5, 6, 7 pages turned into this. Binder. You know, like, you know, like, wow. So I mean, it was crazy, man, and you know, you just kind of had to learn these crazy intricate names, and like you had to be able to figure out which one was which. As soon as like freshman year was over, I'm out skis. You know, I joined mariachi, and then
shit.
I just went from there. Yeah,
I never got to join. I always wanted to join mariachi or band, but they would never give it to me as an elective class for whatever reason.
Why?
They just wouldn't. Same thing with computer maintenance.
Probably because
was another one that they wouldn't give me. They were like, nope, not gonna give you that class. They just refused to give me anything besides what they actually wanted.
That's kind of dumb.
When back to the sports thing, I had this thing, man, when I was in high school that I had like a cursed athletic body, I guess, because I was tall, but I sucked at basketball.
Okay.
And
so did I.
And I was fast, and I don't want to say stocky because not really. I wasn't really that big. So I could be a good fast lineman. It's just that I wasn't allowed to play. And then I was like really into running for a while. Like I could actually like run track and shit.
So you did cross country?
I never got to.
Oh wow.
Because the coaches never told me when to show up. So like I never got to practice any or participate in any of the actual sports that I wanted to do. Because it was either they didn't let me or they just never told me. And I was like, hey, I want to do cross country. That shit looks cool. Like, you know, I want to jump that shit or do hurdles. And
that's not cross country though. That's track.
Oh, it's track. And then what's cross country? Though?
Cross country is where like you run like.
Okay, and I wanted to do the running too. Like you do like.
So you wanted to do track and like.
Yeah, like the 500-meter dash or whatever shit. Yeah, like I wanted like that. It's fun to me. And back then I was in shape and I could do it. Not anymore.
I did pole vault. And that was really fun. Long jump, all that good stuff. Yeah, it was fun, but like after a while, I just kind of, and then I was really into guitar already, or I was really getting into it. So I just kind of like didn't want to practice anymore, and I just as soon as the bell rang, I just wanted to go home and play music. I didn't want to stick around for another hour and a half and sweat and
take time away from your practice.
Like I just wanted to go home and get online and look up tabs or learn a song, and that's it. You know what I mean? That's what I wanted to do. And then I met the guys in my band, and then we started jamming together, and that's
I joined it was called guitar class when I was in high school. I don't remember what year this was. I think it was like
just straight up guitar class.
It was just called guitar class. It was like my junior year.
Who was your teacher?
Some lady, but it wasn't like we didn't go over like scales or anything like that. She's like,
wow.
We're pretty much playing mariachi, but not because it was just like you're gonna go over the bum 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 bum
Okay.
bum bum kind of beats, and she would teach us the chord. It's like, oh, okay, we're gonna do the song, and we run kind of thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I would go because you got to get an acoustic guitar, a classic guitar,
Yeah,
and you can carry it around with you throughout the day. So I would play it during welding, and I would play it during lunch.
You were in welding?
Yeah, I was in welding.
Okay, cool.
They let me into welding. They did not let me into mariachi or band. Go figure.
Wow.
They're
Well,
like,
welding is actually a really, really
yeah,
good.
it's a good life skill to have.
Yeah, it is actually.
I was surprised they didn't give me wood shop while I was there.
That would have been cool, or auto mechanic would have been.
I would have appreciated.
Pretty
I would have appreciated that, but
yeah,
they didn't
mechanics
give
would
me
have been good.
Well, I had the guitar we would carry everywhere, and there was one incident, and the person that I'm talking about because we played PS4 with them.
Okay.
And
Like right now?
yeah, we play PS4 with him right now. He's the only other person that plays PS4 with us besides Doug.
I figured it. I just wanted to double check.
Yeah. So it was me and a buddy of mine who was really into karate at that time. Like this guy, he could deflect his shit and stuff like that. He knew hip tosses and whatnot. So my buddy's playing guitar, and the other guy goes and puts his hand on the guitar neck, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. My buddy puts his hand on the guitar neck on the other guy. So the guy that we played PS4 with looks at him and then bites him in the forearm because that's what you do. So
I'm gonna message him right now.
yeah,
fucking rat.
He bites him in the forearm. So my buddy's he's like, what? Like he's trying to process what's going on, and there's like a row of desks between them. So I don't know how he does it, but he grabs him, hip tosses him over the desk, and he just like lands like flat on his back. And my buddy, he just like storms out the classroom like all pissed because he just got bit. Like, what the fuck, dude? So the teacher, she's like freaking out, and instead of looking after the guy who was in the floor that just got hip tossed, she goes outside with my buddy. And she's like, "Are you okay, mijito?" And this and that, and we're like, "There's a kid on the ground."
Oh, that's what he gets.
Are you okay?
Well,
we're just gonna.
So why did he do that though? Why did he stop and muffle his strings?
Cause he was playing like the same riff over
So
and
he got
over again.
annoyed?
Yeah, he
Okay.
got annoyed. He's like,
That sounds like something he would do.
yeah, he's like, stop, and he wouldn't. So he just he's like, boom. What? Boom. and this isn't a portable too, dude. So those things are made out of wood, and you just hear the boom. Yeah. It sounded like you could feel the shock wave from that hit, dude. Like it was bad.
He's never talked about that. What a piece of trash.
Yeah, no, we can bring it up next time that we talk to him, dude. Like
Which would be like 20 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, like he'll remember. I'm pretty sure he never forgot about that, dude. Like it was that's all I gotta say about that. Like that hurt me. I was like, fuck, man.
I remember we got busted skipping class, and we all got sent to the cafeteria to wait. This was such a long time ago. Looking back, I really wish I hadn't. Whatever, man. We were young, and we were out and about doing silly shit, and we got sent to the cafeteria because we were gonna get like punishment or whatever, and we weren't the only ones. It was a group of us, and for some reason, a friend of mine just had a lot of trouble with authority.
Okay.
And somebody else was in the cafeteria that he had some issues with, and he got up in the other kid, like, hey, started making a big fuss about it, and my buddy's like, well, let's fucking go, dude. Like,
yeah, dale.
Let's go at it.
Putazos.
The security guard shows up, dude, and she did the equivalent of a choke slam
on
my buddy. Like it was I don't know, maybe like adrenaline kicked in or something like that when I saw her, you know, like come after him. Yeah, when she locked on, you know, she hit him right here, and like she
drag him down.
She like lifted and swept at the same time that she body slammed him on the table, and it sounded like, and I remember my buddy's like, "What the fuck just happened?" Like that was the end of it. Like on both sides, both of them were like, "Ooh."
Damn. And like I don't even know if the hit would be that bad, but just the sound would take you into shock. Cause those things were loud.
Yeah, dude. I mean, so it looked like she got some killer height on it, but the table was high. You know what I mean? So it's not like she went all.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they weren't that high, but I remember they were just steel and wood.
Dude,
so any little thing was like.
Yeah, it was really loud, and there's really long tables. And I remember all of it, like everybody, like all, like 15 or 20 of us that were in the cafeteria. A lot of us, we weren't the only ones. Like it was a group of us, and then a whole bunch of other people in there that were, you know, it was the last class, and you know they were just rounding up people that were going about. And he got body slammed. Everybody in there in the cafeteria was like, "Whoa!" You know, brutal. That was the end of it between the both of them. They were both like, "All right, man, you got me." You know, like you got him. I don't want to feel that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't think we had anything like that. Not that I remember. Because the security guards when I was there, they didn't care at all.
No, ours were.
They were like, they were friends with the troublemakers. That's all I have to say about that. Like they would talk to each other like in first name basis and everything.
There was worse things out there, man. Like I remember, like, you know, one of the security guards was on his bike, and one of them threw a stick right in between, and it nailed it perfectly, and it was in front of everybody, right where the R is. What? And they just threw it, and he does this, and it goes right in between his wheels, and as soon as it hits the bar, whoop, whoa! It was like, I mean, yeah, our security guards were another story, man. No, like it was a trip.
The only thing that I have remotely close to that, and again, it's like a watered down, like boring version of that, was when we had a food fight.
Yeah, we had a couple of those.
Some guy grabbed the burger, opened it up, and made sure that he threw it with like the ketchup and mustard like straight on the security guard, and it hit him like right in the chest, and he just had that mark for like the rest of the 3 hours that we had left of the day. Then I mean that's the closest thing I ever saw to anything like that. Yeah. But it could have just been like, because I was kind of not very active.
Yeah.
I was kind of just very chill. I was like, just going through the motions.
All of it, yeah. Like I remember, we had a couple food fights here and there. There was that I can remember. Yeah, there was. You just see a carton of milk flying over the top. Whoa! Everybody would start. It was like, oh crap, you know, like. Yeah, and they would go hard. Then everybody would get kicked out of the cafeteria, and we'd go outside, and nobody was allowed to eat anymore. You know, because
the whole mess.
It was a mess. You know, yeah.
The roof or the ceiling, in our cafeteria, from when I was in 6th grade all which I graduated, had the same prints that we did from when we had our food fight our 6th grade year.
What high school did you go to?
The new one, the one here.
Oh, okay, yeah. I know where you're at.
Okay, yeah, that one. So I mean, that thing had pretty high ceilings. Like it wasn't like a regular roof.
That was a really, really high cafeteria.
Yeah, like it was like super tall, and it still had like food marks from like food we threw up there. And then we had this thing where I wouldn't do it, of course. Other kids would do it. That they would fold the paper into like a square, and they would put like a paper clip on it or something, and with the rubber bands, and they would shoot it up. And there was like a whole bunch of them, like in a little spot. Together, like I graduated and they were still up there. Like no one ever went and got us down. Like they just perpetually stood there.
There was at the auditorium at the fort. There was this infamous pencil that was stuck in the ceiling, and that was an extremely high, you know, ceiling. You know, in there it's an auditorium. Yeah, like that's a straight up auditorium, and I remember everybody knew somebody who did it, you know what I mean? Like, oh, it was this person, or oh, it was this other person, and then it was this other person. Like everybody knew who it was, but it was always a different person.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense. And that pencil had stuck around there for a very long time. The last time I went in there though, which is back in like 2012 or something like that, I think they had redone all of the ceiling and stuff like that. So I'm pretty sure. I don't know.
It's like they took it off and they just plugged it back in.
Yeah, like new ceiling, but this has been here that long. You deserve to stay here.
It gives it character.
But yeah, it was a good shot from whoever did legitly, put it up there. It was a good shot. Unless they just, put ceiling over the ceiling, to cover up the old ceiling,
which is an option.
Yeah,
I see it happening.
But I mean, I don't think so. I think they took everything off and then just redid everything all over again. But yeah, that was a pretty historic pencil for us. Like you went to the auditorium. That's what you looked for. There it is. It's still there. It still hasn't fallen. From first grade to the first time I saw the auditorium, first grade, all the way to my senior year, it was still there. That's 12 years.
Yeah.
So God knows how long it's actually been there. You know what I mean? Like,
it's probably there since they first built the auditorium.
Yeah.
As far as we know.
Yeah. And I mean, whoever put it there, hey, good shot. You know what I mean?
All 30 of you who did it.
Yeah. Right. Like, and if you know who it was, please let us know. Right? But so the last time, like I said, the last time I was out there, yeah, they'd redone everything. I couldn't see it. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure all that's gone. Yeah, talk about what are we missing here? What do we need to do? Talk about?
No, just gonna promote what we're promoting, which is the site. So if you're watching this, you're in the site. So tell your friends.
Yes.
Good job. Watch us more.
Share it.
Yes, please share it. That's a big one. We need get the word out.
Have we discussed anything like prizes or giveaways or anything
so
like
we at the time of this recording, we barely hit the 1,000 likes. Oh, not 1,000. God, man, I wish we hit 100 likes on Facebook in like a day or two.
Cool.
So I mean, I'm really proud of that. It's a lot more traction than I thought it was. But we're talking about doing maybe like a giveaway or something, like maybe like at 1,000 or like 2,000 likes, like a small prize or something.
Cool.
And then for that, we'll probably do like a random, just leave a comment or whatever, and then we'll just grab all the names. And I'm not sure if you've seen it, that little, like, it's like a little spinny wheel.
Spinny wheel?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. On the internet browser. We're probably just going to do that, and we'll see what we give out for that. But it's a little something we're looking into, see what people would want, maybe like an Amazon card or something. I don't know.
Cool.
So we're working on that. We're working on the rest of the Halloween stuff. Have you started with your YouTube stuff yet or not yet?
Not yet. So I've already got some decent content. I think I showed you like one of the videos a little while ago. I've got some stuff that I like to put up. Some things that I'd like to talk about. Some friends that I would like to, I guess what's the word I'm looking for? Like showcase. Like, hey, this is my buddy Steven.
Okay.
He's a guitar player, and
this is what he does.
Yeah, this is what he does, and so on and so on. Cool guy, among others. But yeah, so that's already up and running. I just need a camera to record.
Where would you ever find one of those?
Well, I mean, so this is at your house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I need something for my own.
Yeah. So you can record at your leisure and whatnot.
Yeah. But I mean, if I could borrow it, you know what I mean? I would definitely be cool with that. But I would like to get my own. That way I can, start getting on top of that, because I feel like I've got
But the recording and editing is pretty good from what I've seen.
It's just my iPhone to my laptop, dude. That's
that looks pretty
and then
legit.
syncing it with the tracks that I've recorded.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's some other things that I've seen, like OBS, I think it is.
Which is what we're running.
Yeah.
It's OBS.
So yeah, like there's things like that where you can stream and you can see what you're doing, and you can like record while you're playing and streaming.
Yeah.
So you
get like a live feedback of everything.
Yeah.
It's pretty legit.
Yeah. But so the way I've been doing it is I'll record the parts, and then go back and record a third track while I'm recording video, and then just shoot the video over to my laptop, AirDrop it, and then
and you just stack it over?
Yeah, just sync audio with it. You know what I mean? So,
which is pretty much what I do.
Yeah, like you do the clap, I'll do,
an opening or something.
No, I'll mute my strings, just kind of.
Oh, okay.
All right, there it is. and that's pretty much how it works. I feel like, man, I get some pretty decent results with that. But a lot of people feel like, oh, that's not you playing. Like, no, dude, it is me. It's just, it's pre-recorded,
mixed and made sound pretty. Yeah.
pretty much, yeah.
Okay. Cool.
But yeah.
Yeah. So whenever that gets up and running, we'll make sure to let you guys know.
It's I'm sorry.
Look.
It's just gonna be like music and stuff like that, and if you've seen, Ola Engel's channel, and stuff like that, that's pretty much what it's gonna be. I'll review some of the gear that I have. Maybe I'll do like some music,
should have
lessons.
done that for every guitar you've had.
I should have before I got rid of them. Right? Yeah, like little things.
30
like,
of them.
Nah, it's not that many now. But I mean, yeah, maybe I'll put up some like music theory lessons and stuff like that, and like how I approach certain things and stuff like. Yeah.
You can do the lick of the day thing.
I could do that too. Something. What I've been practicing, or what I'm working on, or whatever. So yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So we'll let you guys know. Same thing. We're still working on a couple of things with the videos, which is like the Stinger. I think the only thing we have left.
All it needs is bass.
Yeah. Okay. So this video might have it. I don't know. We don't know yet because it's in the future. But since it's still a work in progress, if you guys have any ideas of anything you guys want us to talk about, let us know.
Sure.
Let us know in the comment, and we'll see what we can bring up. I know we were excited. Oh, I'm excited about The Boys because I'm like rooting into that show. I like superheroes, and I like their take on it, and it's a good little spin off from the comics because it's not 100% to the comic, but but you don't want to do that because you already know the ending if you do that. So it makes sense.
No, I mean, so they kind of deviated from the comic books.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like they deviated, and it makes sense that they deviated.
And they did it so good because it still has that edgy,
It has that same feel to it.
Yeah.
Like it's good, but we'll see. Maybe next episode we'll talk about The Boys.
Yeah, that works.
All right. So see you guys around.
Peace.